That's cool.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hi Lisa.
Hello.
It's been a while.
Yes.
What is happening? How are you doing? How are you feeling?
Not so good. As it's obvious. Just trying to get over this cold. As you know, I got COVID tested yesterday and I'm still waiting for the results. So here we are.
Here
I
we
don't think
are.
if it is, this will be my third time. Third time to charm. But
I
no,
know, right?
I don't think it's COVID, but we'll see. So we're just taking the precaution just in case.
Just in case. So sorry guys, we couldn't do a whole regular show. We promise that next week we'll come back with, your regular setting, regular show, regular podcast. So right now we just wanted to hop on here and share some information about the meeting on Monday. And it was great stuff, right?
Yes. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend, so Edith did on the behalf of both of us, and she was able to get so much good information.
Yeah, and it was regarding guardianship, and is a lot of information that people with special needs all across the board, not just autism, special needs, they need to know when they have teenagers and they're approaching their 18-year-old mark.
Right.
We need to find out all this information and see what works for us, for each family, right?
Yes.
One thing, it was great to see 4 attorneys. There was a panel of 4 attorneys, and they all answer questions and gave ideas. And it's not just guardianship, is also a trust that you may have to open up, the combination, what works for each child. And some people are a little scared about it, but I don't think you should be, because there's about 15 rights, and you as a parent can actually work with the lawyer and work with whoever's doing the assessments and the overall packet, what's gonna be like.
Okay.
Right. So you don't have to take away all 15 rights. You could take away some, you could leave a few.
I think that there's always a lot of misconceptions, and I didn't know that either. Like, I've always been told that you have to be very careful with what you actually present. Like, if you want, there's certain young adults that are able to do some things, but maybe taking advantage in other ways, and vice versa. So I was always under the impression that you had to be very careful, because you didn't want to take away certain rights that young adults can still have for themselves, but at the same time you also want them to be protected. So definitely the best consult somebody.
Like they also talked about like they made an example about all the 15 rights, right? Some of those are to get married without having a consent, buying a gun, working, signing a contract, a medical decisions, things like that, and the list goes on, right? So they made an example of, they took all the rights but 2, the right to vote and the right to work. So this young adult, he was able to work, to vote, but all the other stuff he needed supervision on. Okay. So also they do assessments, and they appoint people to do like psychological evaluations and all that stuff. So these are people that, and they will get your input. They will get, they will take in consideration, I guess. at the end of the day, the judge is the one that says, boom, this is it, right?
Mhm.
So, but yeah, that's the way it goes. So, like I said, 4 lawyers were there, and one of them was Lorenzo Cobiella, and Lorenzo Cobiella is in the Miami, I think, let me see. Yeah, they're all in the Miami Lakes area. So Lorenzo Cobiella, his number is 305-818-9993. And again, he's in the Miami Lakes area. Also, Lourdes Corvo, and her phone number is 305-827-0084. And the other lady was Stephanie Cruz, and her number is 305-698-6565. And the other one is Jacqueline Bowden Gold, and her number is 305-556-5209. I'm giving you all this information. They gave out their cards to everyone there, and it's good to have. They're not the only, lawyers that do this, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking also that if you weren't able to finish the video or you didn't get the numbers in time, we can also link it to this video, their phone numbers with their names. And maybe we can even put their information on, we're still in the process of, I wouldn't say revamping, but more like vamping our website. We're still doing little tweaks here and there. And so one of the things that we wanted to make sure to include in the website is resources and any information that may be able to help somebody else. And this is definitely a big one. So we will also be, as we're working on the website and adding all these other features and things to help you guys, we're going to also be linking the information to these attorneys as well on the website. And we'll be doing that hopefully within the next few days, but we can also link their information to this video.
Yeah. So we just gotta, be aware that we have to do this now when we have kids already getting to that 18-year-old mark. And they're not the only ones. I mean, there's plenty of attorneys, but you gotta be sure that they really know what they're talking about and they practice this type of law.
The thing is that, like, you could be a very successful attorney, just to use that as an example. You could be a very successful attorney, but that doesn't mean that that is exactly the type of law that you practice or that you've done a lot of these. You want to look for somebody who has a lot of experience and has done many guardianships and has done them at a capacity where they were able to take some stuff or some rights and not others. And, somebody that's definitely knowledgeable in this area. Because they're probably, I'm guessing, and I haven't started to look for one yet. I probably will be using one of them. But definitely I'm going to do my research, between all of them and see who I end up going with. But not everybody's going to fit with the best one because everybody's needs, everybody's children is different. Young adults is different and their needs are different. So definitely do your research, I would say.
And like she says, do your research, but guys, gotta know, this is not taken lightly, and this is not free.
Right.
And yes, a lot of people end up not doing it because it's costly, but at the same time, whenever a problem presents, itself, it's like, then what do we do now? And some things, are not enough.
Yeah.
And we need to think about that. So, sometimes we have to put up, think either save for it or not go on vacation or find, actually someone that was there asked about, if there's funding for it or anything like that. There's really not, but they did say that they'll work with the families. So I'm sure, payment plans or even pro bono. They were even saying that, if your situation is really bad, they're willing to do pro bono, because a lot of attorneys, they have to do pro bono. Actually, all of them. They have to have a certain amount of pro bono cases. So yeah, you just got to work around it and see what works. But it's something that really it needs to be done.
I'm
And you have
actually
to pay attention.
starting the process very, very soon. Justin will be 18 in February of next year. And from what I've heard, the process can take, did they mention that? I mean, I know.
Yes, they did mention it takes a few months, but
Right.
they cannot file
Until-
before he's 18.
Right.
He had like on his birthday or right after, that's when they can file.
Right.
The little bit before, maybe a month, they said a month or two, depending on the person, you know, who you're working with, to get all the paperwork, to get everything, you know, all the evaluations done and everything else. But the actual filing of it, it has to be on his birthday or, you know, right after. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I gave you all of that. What else, Lisette? Petition, right?
The petition that is still open, that actually, I believe we found out that it has already been sent, but we can still continue to sign the petition.
Yeah, they're still open. I mean, signatures
open.
can still pile up.
Signatures can still come in. So if you haven't already done so, please go ahead and sign the petition. It will also be attached to this video, and share it. And after you sign it, share it so that everybody else can sign it as well. Very important.
Why
And
not?
also has to do right now, yeah. And it also has to do a lot with that time period of after our kids become adults. As we've discussed, there's not a lot available, and things change very drastically when that time comes. So it's just going to help immensely.
Yeah, it is. It is. And then let's see. Well, as you know, you could find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I was not a fan of TikTok, I gotta admit.
I was not either. And although I'm there, and then we're posting, it's not my favorite by all means. But yeah.
Sorry, TikTok. I'm sorry. It's not, you know, it's not against, you know, but what can I say?
I guess be in as many places as possible for everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And we're also on YouTube, and we have our website. On our website, you have the little buttons, you click on it, you go straight to wherever you want to go. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And our videos are going to be there also, so you can't miss us.
No, definitely. I would
Where
say
do they
that
go?
the best place to go is on their website. And the website is spectrummamis.com. That's Spectrum MAMIS.com.
Mamis. And that's it. That's pretty much it. Lisette, I hope that this is not COVID.
Yeah.
Because then, you know.
Well, it feels like a cold, which is essentially what, I'm not going to get into that, but which is, it's, you know, whatever. But it feels like a cold. We just want to make sure that it's not a contagious cold like COVID.
I know.
That's it.
So, hey, before we go, I gotta ask you something. Have you seen that tortilla challenge?
The tortilla challenge? Oh, I think you mentioned this to me.
Yeah.
Or somebody mentioned.
Have you seen that? It's like two people, they take a gulp of something, a water or whatever, and they get the soft tortillas. And while you have that big
type of thing?
the soft tacos, the soft tortillas,
Right.
you know, whatever. And while you have that big gulp in your mouth, they start slapping each other to see who holds the water longest in their mouth. I think it's funny, but at the same time, who came up with this stuff? You know?
I bet I know who.
Who?
The people that survived eating Tide Pods. Tide Pods.
God, yeah.
Remember that group of people that were like,
oh my God, yes.
Well,
Los
supposedly.
anormales. Los anormales que they were eating Tide Pods.
Yes. So I'm guessing that whichever one actually survived and still had brain cells, now they're just smacking themselves smacking each other with tortillas.
The thing is that they survived and they still have brain cells
Yeah,
left.
right. That's a whole other. Wow. No, I had not. Somebody mentioned it to me. I think it might have been you. I'm not sure, but that's just like, why?
I know, right? I thought it was funny when I first saw it. I'm like, what is that? But then when I saw what was going on, I'm like,
like how does that thought process even like how does that even come about is what I'm wondering.
I don't know. These things use
Because
those brain cells for something else, man.
Because I have quite the imagination sometimes, but
yes, you do.
And there's usually a whole bunch of stuff going on up in here. But I don't think I would have been able to come up with that one.
If you wouldn't go that far?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. But
oh my God.
I haven't seen that one. Now I'm curious.
I know, right? So anyway, guys, this is it. Just wanted to, we don't want to leave you hanging, but it is what it is. And we just want Lisa to get better. And we will be back on our regular podcast next week. We promise.
Oh, also, I think we mentioned that the best place to find us is our website, and that is true, and all the other social media outlets that we're on. But we're also on the platforms, what do you call it? The podcast platforms. There we go.
Yes. Spotify. Amazon Music.
Yes.
Amazon Audible.
Right. So those three. The others, right? I think.
Well, Google Podcasts I think it's working now.
Okay. So we've had quite some struggles with some of them, especially with the Apple one, but we're hoping to get that out very soon. But there's still many other places that you can see us. But more important.
If you want to see us, you can find us.
Definitely.
So again, spectrummommies.com. That's M-I. What did I say? What is that?
Miami.
Miami. Spectrummommies.com. That's MAMIS.
Yes.
We'll be back next week, guys. See you then. Bye.
Bye.